gave him an offer.
10 mil for Andrew, 10 mil for Tristan, 10 mil for you, 10 mil for me.
But here's what they'll say.
When it comes to mixed martial arts, I give that W to the stand-up game. I'm gonna have to go with a W for.
It shouldn't be about the money. It should be solely for entertainment and to figure out, after all, who's really about it. And we're telling you.
What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. We have something totally different. We're not breaking down fights. We're breaking down a potential fight. The Tate brothers versus the Paul brothers. Let's see the context of the story.
I want to break down what an MMA fight looks like between Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I already broken down Tristan Tate MMA fight. If Tristan Tate fights like he did in MMA, they're gonna win.
There's
The other guys, they just talk a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of talking, and they're fantastic at it.
Well, here's the difference. Andrew Tate has gone off and won world championship in kickboxing, fought the baddest of the baddest, where Jake Paul is handpicking pizza boys to fight in boxing. So there's a huge difference.
World champion in kickboxing is such a, seems like subjective sort of thing, because who
How
did
so?
he beat? How did no one in the kickboxing world, actual champions that I know who this guy was?
I'm curious, how many world champion kickboxers does Logan Paul actually truly know? Do you know who Peter Arts is? Do you know who Krokop is? Do you know who Bob Sapp is? I bet you he probably doesn't know.
Like Dylan Danis was a 4-time world champion
In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
in brown belt. So there's still people out there who are significantly better than him.
I mean, who's facing who, right? So is it
how does
tag team?
Yeah, how does that work?
If it goes to MMA, the Paul brothers win.
They have 2-on-2
in
MMA,
Europe-
but I
in
think it's
Eastern
tag
Europe.
team. I think. I don't know.
We got to go to Russia.
They do
We can
that.
do it
They do like
wherever.
6-on-6.
He said, I gotta go to Russia.
Florida would let us do it,
No way.
but
If it were kickboxing, he'd probably best us. Like if it was solely kickboxing,
That's what I was gonna say.
how would he not? How would
It's
he
a
not?
completely different.
I love the fact that Logan Paul went ahead and said that, because I totally agree. All Andrew Tate has to do is kick these guys in the liver one time and it's gonna be night, or kick them in the legs. These guys aren't conditioned to do kickboxing. So I respect Logan Paul saying like, yeah, they will have the trump in kickboxing. When it comes to boxing, I think there's more to be had there.
I think he's kind of clunky on his feet.
His guard ain't great, and he's a reactive
His chin
counter puncher.
is wide open in the air.
He leans
His
back.
neck.
He throws some big punches.
So these guys have done their homework. They're absolutely right. Andrew Tate is more of a counter puncher, and it works well because he's always fighting guys who are smaller than him. I would have to see the metrics of the two athletes next to each other to see if the Paul brothers were able to exploit that weakness of him leaning back and doing a check left hook.
And really, we're talking about Andrew here. Like Tristan's not really in this equation. Like,
Well,
that's-
the way they describe it, it would be.
yeah, but that's like the light work, you know. Like we'll take that out real fast and then,
Who's really about it? And we're telling you, we'll do it.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go in the office and break this down even more. Okay, big super fight. $40 million. The Paul brothers versus the Tate brothers. They're talking about doing a 3-way split. Kickboxing, boxing, and MMA. Let's go ahead and give you guys some background. So somebody brought up like, what would happen if the Paul brothers and the Tate brothers fought each other? Now, in a kickboxing match, Andrew Tate mops everyone. The guy still trains. He's absolutely a great kickboxer, still sharp, still fast. When you're a boxer going up against a kickboxer, all they got to do is kick your legs, because boxing's only with their hands. Now, the biggest thing that's going to separate the two is that Andrew and Tristan Tate, they are older. They are older than Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Jake Paul has recently been fighting guys. He just knocked out Andre August, a gentleman who just came off of working at Pizza Hut. He just knocked him out in the first round, and he's also knocked out Tyron Woodley. He's fought Nate Diaz. He's fought Tommy Fury. But I don't think any of the guys that I know, any of the guys that Jake Paul has fought has never been nowhere near the caliber of the athletes that Andrew Tate has fought in his kickboxing days. What's going on, guys? This podcast is sponsored by Gfuel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know we love to have that extra energy when we hit the gym or when you are gaming. So do yourself a favor, go to gfuel.com, and when you check out, make sure you use my promo code MIGHTY, and that will save you 20%. Now, Gfuel has all these amazing flavors. Mine is the Mega Man. I love the blueberry slushy. It's absolutely delicious. And the cool thing about Gfuel, it's not just all the caffeine, it's also the multivitamins in it, that which gives you the opportunity to not have a crash after you come off of the energy that you get from the amazing product. Now, ladies and gentlemen, go to gfuel.com, and when you check out, use my promo code MIGHTY to save 20%. And make it even easier for you guys, check the description. We made a link for you guys. Go there, click the link, promo code MIGHTY, get yourself some G Fuel and get fueled. Now, let's talk about the mixed martial arts. I'm gonna go with the Paul brothers. Logan Paul did stuff, a takedown from a 4-time world champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Dylan Dennis. He stuffed that takedown like it was grandma's mashed potatoes. Now, we haven't posted the video yet. We broke down Tristan Tate's mixed martial arts debut. He took the fight on 1 day notice, and he ended up tapping out for no reason. We don't know why, but he probably didn't want to suffer any more damage. So when it comes to mixed martial arts, I give that W to the Paul brothers. Now, when it comes to the stand-up game, just kickboxing, I'm gonna have to go with a W for the Tate brothers. Now, the big mystery around this is who will get the W in a boxing match. Now, that's intriguing. Logan Paul and Jake Paul have done their homework on Andrew Tate to see how he likes to be, as I referenced to, a tall tree. Now, Andrew Tate can get away with that because he is mostly taller than all the opponents he fights. But when he fights somebody who's the same height as him, that lean back tactic with the check hook doesn't really favor him that well. So, who will win in a boxing match? I'm gonna go on a whim and say that I think if Andrew and Jake fought, I think Andrew's gonna get him because I think Andrew's faster, he's more calculated, he's more explosive. The only thing I don't like about that is that Andrew is a little bit older, don't know how active he's been in the gym training. But if it came to Tristan versus Logan Paul, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Logan Paul. So you have a split tie. You have a W over here for MMA for the Paul brothers, you have a W over here for the kickboxers, for the Tate brothers, and then you have 1-on-1. So it comes down to a grappling match. Now, the grappling match, I know Andrew Tate is not a big fan of grappling. He says jiu-jitsu doesn't work. To where I have seen Logan Paul, he does absolutely amazing work in WWE. Big fan, by the way. Love your stitch. And also, Jake Paul has wrestled. So if it came down to jiu-jitsu for the tiebreaker, I think the $40 million super fight will go to the Paul brothers, just because these guys are so active, they're still doing stuff, they have a wrestling background. Now, when it comes to the feet, anybody can win. When it comes to kickboxing, I'm gonna go with Tate brothers because kickboxing is a specialized thing. Jake Paul went on there and says, who has he fought? Well, and Logan Paul says, I've never heard of those guys as kickboxing world champions. I don't think Logan Paul knows much really about K1. K1 was the premiere of kickboxing. But the one thing that I do love about this talk is these guys are about it. They said they offer them each $10 million. $10 million to Jake, Andrew, Tristan, and Logan Paul. $40 million super fight, and they said they offered it to him. Now, all we can do, this is from his mouth to his mouth or whatever it is. Until we actually see a contract in place and these guys actually sign on the dotted line, the fight will never happen. But theoretically, or in theory, who would win this? I would have to go with the Paul brothers if you take all of the attributes and, you know, the fighting style that we're putting into place, which is kickboxing, boxing, jiu-jitsu, and mixed martial arts. I would have to go with the Paul brothers. So if you guys enjoyed this little breakdown, please leave a like and subscribe. And also, let me know who you guys think will win. Do you think the Paul brothers would beat the Tate brothers in this 4 dynamic, you know, striking mixed martial arts style rules of fighting? Who do you guys think will win? They're talking about it. If they were to do it, they would do it under the Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk fight card. So boys, catch you on the next one.